This demon of this story is really creepy. He does have one goal: to take over your body using any means necessary. Mark had just sold his startup company, a deal that would make him a multimillionaire. On top of that, the girl he had been in love with for years, Emily, had finally agreed to go out with him. The date went exceptionally well. They laughed, shared stories, and by the end, when Emily touched his hand, a jolt of electricity surged through his heart. In that moment, he knew his heart belonged to her. He went to bed, feeling more excited and happier than he had ever felt. As he drifted off to sleep, his peaceful slumber was abruptly shattered. Suddenly awake, he quickly realized he couldn't move. He was experiencing sleep paralysis. His eyes darted around the dim room, and to his horror, he spotted a shadow lurking in the corner. He watched in terror as the shadow began to morph and grow, transforming into a grotesque figure in a dark suit with a twisted, horrifying grin. The figure approached his bed slowly, each step deliberate and heavy. Mark's breath quickened, panic rising as he tried and failed to move. The entity reached out and placed its hand on his chest, pressing down hard. The pressure increased with each passing moment, making it harder and harder for Mark to breathe. Just when he thought he couldn't bear it any longer, a jolt of electricity surged through his body, a powerful surge that sent the figure recoiling. It vanished with a final, chilling whisper.
"I'll be back."
Mark's eyes snapped open, and he gasped for air. Bright lights surrounded him, the beeping of machines filling his ears. He realized he was in a hospital bed, electrodes attached to his chest. Doctors and nurses hovered over him, their faces tense with concern. "You were gone for a moment," one of the nurses said, relief evident in her voice. "We had to shock you back." Mark's heart raced as he processed the words. He said to himself, was that a dream? Or was that real? The memory of the figure's twisted grin and suffocating presence lingered in his mind. Just then, Emily walked into the room, looking concerned. Mark's heart leaped with joy. "Emily, I'm so glad to see you," he said, relief washing over him as he recounted the terrifying dream he'd just had. Emily stepped closer, gently stroking his hair. "I felt your heart yesterday," she murmured. "Yes, me too," Mark replied, his voice filled with emotion. "I'm in love with you." She shook her head slowly. "No, you don't understand. Yesterday, during our date, you were vulnerable, so I took your heart. Last night, while you slept, you were defenseless, so I took your breath. And now, in this moment of fear, I'm here to take your body." Mark's eyes widened in horror as Emily's form began to morph into the terrifying entity from his dream. The monster's voice echoed through the room. "You thought we'd let you become part of the 1% that easily?" Mark's voice trembled with desperation. "If you want my money, it's fine. I'll give you all of it." The monster's grin widened. "Oh, we'll get your money. But I'm taking your body too."